Well, here's a former winner of the UK title who came through a fairly tricky match. Shaun, you had to show some character there.
Yeah, I guess, that's snooker, isn't it? You can practice as hard as you like, prepare as well as you like, but if you don't get your chance, there's nothing you can do. And for the first 3 frames, Paul completely froze me out of the game. I didn't really get a proper chance till the 4th frame, which I took. I didn't want the interval. I wanted to carry on playing, but I went in the dressing room, had a cup of tea, and came back out and managed to carry on.
When he was 3-0 up, did you start to think, a bit of a tricky, sticky early exit could come my way here?
Well, I've had so many games this year where I've worked really, really hard and played very, very well, but come second. And, at 3-0 down, I thought, oh, here we go again. This isn't really the pre-Christmas that I want. But, I managed to stick at it, and Paul gave me a couple of chances, and I was really relieved to come through.
When you're in those tight spots, how much of your get out of jail card, if you like, comes from the experience of knowing that you've been there and done it so many times before?
Yeah, I guess, that's the opposite of battle scars, is the battle experience. And, if you've been in those situations and never come through them, you have that weakness in your mind. Well, if you've been in those tight spots and won, then you know that when the chips are down, you know that you can do it. And we've all won close matches and we've all lost close matches. And, at the end of our careers, it's who's won the most.
Have you been unlucky this season? Because I've been following you on Twitter, and you have been saying that you've been putting the good work in on the practice table, but sometimes this year it just hasn't happened the way that it maybe should have done or could have done.
I don't think unlucky is the right word. No, I think it's just sport, and putting the hard work in and trying hard doesn't guarantee you a win. Certainly not in one-on-one combat like snooker. Maybe in football or a team game where you've got 10 other lads to rely on. But snooker's not like that. It's just myself out there, and some of the matches I've played this year have been phenomenal games. I had a great game with Ding in Shanghai in one of our matches out there. Dave Gilbert in the International again in China was a phenomenal match. I lost that 6-4. There were 10 breaks over 70 in the match. I've played many matches where I've played a lot worse and come through, and that's just the way snooker is.
Do you think that's indicative of the standards rising? Because, the new format here means that everybody turns up believing and with an equal chance of winning. Is that driving up people's desire and the general overall standard?
It's a simple equation of people are more match sharp, they're more used to playing the top players, they're more used to match play, they're hungry for it, they see the rewards at the end of it. The prize money on tour's gone up nearly 3 times since Barry's got involved. Everyone thinks they can win those trophies, they want the money in the bank, and they're all coming for us. And it's not easy.
On a totally different note, much lighter note, have you seen anything of Steve in the jungle? What have you made of him so far?
Well, we've really tried to watch every night of it, and when you know somebody, and we know Steve quite well, we've been very lucky to get to know him. It adds a different dimension to the programme, and it was similar when Jimmy was in it a few years ago. But when they had that moment when Jeannie came in and he met they sort of introduced his partner to him, and Kian was there and Mo was there. Well, we were in floods of tears at home. We couldn't hold it back, and a bit silly really.
He's coming across quite well, though, isn't he? As we would have all expected him to. But he hasn't done a trial yet, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on if he has to suddenly eat a Wichita grub or whatever they're called.
Well, he's just a legend, isn't he? He's just a legend. And, out of all the whole group, he's really the only one in there, except for Rebecca Adlington, who comes from that competitive background. And if it comes down to a competition, he's the winner.
Great stuff. Thanks, Shaun. A good comeback today. We'll see you for the next round.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
It has been funny what